Your window rolled down to provide easy access in case your vehicle does fall through the ice. Secondly, is to unbuckle your seatbelt. The weather plays a big factor in how much snow stays. Typically, you want the temperature around the teens. That way, the snow that Powder Ridge makes stays on the slopes. At Tri-County Humane Society, the dog kennel is now open to the public since October 9th, which was a Sunday. Coming up next, find out what spooky event is happening in the Granite City. UTVS News, we'll be right back. Coming up after the break, find out which teams are on the road and which teams are staying home this weekend. I'm Jimmy Ducharme. Sports is next.
First I thought it was a snowplow hitting something. It was that loud.
Just after 6 p.m. Tuesday night, the quiet town of Foley, Minnesota quickly became a nightmare.
Vehicles were stopping from both directions and people were getting out, checking it out. I heard them yelling, "Call the police," and I yelled back and said, "I've called them."
A fatal car accident happened last night on Highway 23, taking a life.
She was the person that walked into a room and she lit up everybody, everything. Her and her kids were very happy, optimistic, always positive on life.
Lindsay Cardinal was a wife and a mother of 3 young kids. Lillian, who was 5, Wyatt, who was 4, and Evelyn, who was just a year old, all whom had non-life-threatening injuries.
We're going to stick together strong for the kids. Being Evelyn is so young, and Lily and Wyatt, she was a stay-at-home mom with them. So they had a lot of time with her, and it's just going to be really, really hard. But I think all of us, the family, appreciate everything everybody's doing, and all the kind words. She's going to be missed. She was very, very happy.
Ice conditions this year have been really weird. We had a kind of an early setup and then thawing and warming and rain and everything else.
The ice on the lakes this year has been marginal at best and may be difficult to predict if you're going to have consistent ice on the lake or not.
One of the things that we always tell people is truly ice is never really safe.
The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources says usually a minimum of 4 inches or more. You can travel on foot to go ice fishing, and then 8 to 12 inches for an ATV or snowmobile, and more than 15 inches or so before bringing out any vehicle. For heavier vehicles, they recommended the ice thickness be anywhere from 20 to 25 inches.
Some basic safety tips. One of the things, obviously earlier in the season, if you carry a chisel with you, it's actually a pretty good idea to kind of check the ice as you go. Another thing might be actually to carry some spikes either in your pockets or through a tied rope that's in your jacket.
When driving a vehicle onto the ice, keep your window rolled down to provide easy access in case your vehicle does fall through the ice. Secondly, is to unbuckle your seatbelt. That way, if your car or vehicle does fall through, you don't have to try to reach to unbuckle your seatbelt. It just makes things a little easier when trying to get out if your car falls through the ice. Jimmy Ducharme, UTVS News. To some, basketball is just a game, but to others it's a way of life, and for a select few, it runs in the family.
My uncle, his name Glenn Robinson, he got me involved with it, just watching him play and stuff like that. So just watching him, because he played in the NBA, so watching him play, and then my dad and my uncles just being around, making me watch it, and just my dad working at a gym often, so I just go with him to work and just shoot around and stuff like that.
My dad, I started off at a young age. He used to bring me to the gym every day, so I grew up around basketball. He used to bring me to the gym, and I was in the carriage right there, so even though I couldn't pick up a ball, I was around it.
I would say my uncle got me involved in basketball. He was a coach for a basketball team, and he got me going around like 2nd grade. He asked me if I wanted to come play for him. I had always been like just playing, but he's the one who really got me involved with it.
Honestly, I just love the game. I come from a family, I got 6 siblings, And my older sisters and older brothers all played the game, so just watching them grow into the game, so I just followed along. I wouldn't be where I am today without basketball, but also the passing of my mother when I was 17 years old. So I wanted to do something different than everybody else, and then I think basketball is a pathway just to get out there and be a mentor for the young children back in Chicago.
Something as simple as a game turned 4 strangers into a family.
Well, I coached Mark. Mark was actually my first player that I ever coached. Coaching with the Team NLP back in early 2010, when he was going into his senior year. And then I actually known Kurt and Gage when they were in middle school, junior high. So I've known those guys for a while. Coaching Mark, obviously being my first team, was a great experience. I remember those AU trips down to Milwaukee, down to Orlando, to Kentucky.
Oh, it was fun. Playing with Mo. There was a lot of times where Mo would get mad at us and we'd just laugh at him, joke around. It was just mainly like a laughing experience with Mo because Mo just was funny for no reason.
I like playing with him. He likes to get out and run more. He's big on defense. He is very energetic. And so playing with him there definitely helps me play with him. Playing with him at AAU definitely helps me play with him in college since I played with him before.
It was fun. I was on his first team coaching for NLP. So we had a quick bond early on, and he made it really fun for me.
With a strong bond between players and coaches, this year's Huskies basketball team will try to build on what many think will be a successful season.
Obviously, with having the freshman of the year, Gage Davis, having a first-team all-conference player, and then having another all-conference kid, Scotty Stone, and then with a couple transfers, Alex O'Neal, from Creighton, and then having Mark Hall, coming back for another year. A lot of these guys, this is the first time that they'll be at the same program at the collegiate level for consecutive years.
I'm excited about it. We should know what we're capable of, come back stronger. We know how to defend now. So hopefully this year will go a lot more smoother than before.
We were returning everybody who played last year, all our starters and people who play meaningful minutes. So other than that, I'm really confident about this year.
Having fun winning. That's all it is, having fun and just playing together and just making it to the championship.